Hello, good evening and welcome to the business news segment on News 360. My name is Martin Asiedu Datin here. Your business is my business. To the details now, and starting from the Tema Oil Refinery, where we are told that they have started processing close to 100,000 barrels of crude oil since it started operations on the 12th of February. The refinery, though operating under capacity, has received 1 million barrels of crude oil from Nigeria to revamp its operations.
TOR, following an agreement with the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Limited (BOST) to supply crude oil for refining, has since resumed operation after more than a year of inactivity. The only national refinery is currently processing more than 25,000 barrels of crude a day, despite its capacity of 45,000 barrels a day.
We started refining crude oil, which is a tolling process between BOST and TOR. And the crude oil is coming from Nigeria, and it arrived a week before. We have to go through certain process to get it into our tank. We are refining a crude oil of a 1 million barrel.
According to the more than 700 workers of the refinery, they are confident about the prospects of the company to operate at optimal capacity.
News were up there that the refinery is not viable, that any process that the refinery goes through, they make losses. We try to debunk that assertion by saying that under a certain regime, we were able to refine and use our internal generated funds to really recapitalize and resuscitate TOR.
The workers of TOR are encouraging bulk distribution companies to buy locally refined petroleum products instead of relying on imports.
Obviously, some very good news for the Tema Oil Refinery. Let's turn our attention to the stock market now. The Ghana Stock Exchange returned to positive trading last week after making losses in the previous week's trading. Shares of Aluex, Ecobank Transnational Incorporated and Produce Buying Company supported the market's recovery.
Was the most liquid stock in the week with a contribution of 2,105,900 shares, which translates into 85% of total traded shares. UT Bank emerged as the most valuable traded stock with a net contribution of 211,102 cedis, representing 31%. The total market capitalization settled at 57.09 billion cedis.
UT has won on both sides, both on the volume and the value. The CEO has changed, and there's been indication that some foreign investors are going to be taking part in the company. So I think this is bringing confidence to investors, knowing that once there is external injection, managerial and capital-wise, the company is likely to be returning some very good money to investors.
SIC remained the equity with the highest capital gain year-to-date with 35.71% increase in value, whereas Cocoa Processing Company and Starwin Products remained the equities with the highest capital loss with 50% decrease in value.
That's quite a good sign for SIC. If we may recollect, somewhere last year they had issues, they were in court and all those things, and investors basically started dumping their equity, which brought the price way below the IPO price. I mean, currently as we speak, it's still below IPO price, but for even those who bought from January 4th till now, they have made 35%, almost 36% gain in SIC. I think it's a good sign.
Now, Vodafone Ghana Foundation has sponsored the education of 222 female senior high students in 70 schools under the Vodafone Scholarship Scheme. The intervention is intended to bridge the gender gap in science, math, technology and engineering education by increasing female student enrollment in related courses.
Ghana Foundation's 3-year scholarship scheme offers financial and technical support to brilliant but financially challenged female students across the country. The initiative is also in partnership with the British Council. 100 senior high female students and 10 from the University of Education will receive support from the scheme this year. The Vodafone Ghana Foundation Sustainability Manager, Nanaya Oforikore, said the sponsorship package includes a payment of academic user fees and books, as well as a unique opportunity to participate in Vodafone's flagship programs.
So for the SHS level, you have the full government-approved fees paid for you. You would get a stipend, you would get your government textbooks paid for you. If you're in boarding school as well, you would get your boarding school fees paid. If you are not, you would get additional funds for your stipend. And at the tertiary level, we've actually decided to settle on UEW, University of Education in Winneba, where we take 10 females who are studying to be science teachers, so that these science teachers will become role models for the girls in the classroom. And for them, we support them with financing.
She expressed the foundation's commitment to increase support to females in other subject areas.
In addition to the finances that we provide and technical support, we also will mentor the females, because we realize that within Vodafone we have strong female leaders who can be shining lights to the ladies out there. We know that there is a huge gap that needs to be filled, and we want to support for as long as we can.